want to take a lot of notes, but more importantly, you want to make sure that when you leave today, don't let your learning lead to knowledge, but let your learning lead to action. Because the information you're going to learn today is only as powerful as the action you take. Does that make sense? And how many guys are ready to take action? Say aye. Aye. So before we get into the training, we're going to go over the core values. Why do you want to learn the core values? You want to learn and live by our core values. Why? Because it's going to ensure that you're going to build not only a massive organization, but you're going to build a legacy organization that's going to last long after you. How many guys want to continue making money when you go out there and you retire? Say aye. Aye. In fact, what if you started making more money when you retired than you make money now? Would that be a pretty good idea? And here's what's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, these core values, a lot of them transcend not just in business, but in your life, that if you live by these, guess what? You're going to attract people that live by these core values. And if you build an organization of core values, what kind of organization is that? Is that a strong organization or a weak organization? Strong. And I'm going to encourage you to remember it. I'm going to encourage you to live by it. If Mr. Isaac Venturebot were to say, hey, what's core value number one? You should be able to know how to say it, know what it is. But more importantly, not know what it is, know how to say it, but you got to be able to live by it. Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, so let's go into it. Number one, right, is obviously, number one is, what is our main goal? Above everything else is deliver a world-class customer experience. Why do you want to deliver a world-class experience? Because customers are the name of the game. They are the lifeblood of our business. And not just that, ladies and gentlemen, but understand, a business of customers is a business that will last forever. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're not some company that has a bogus product. We're a company that has an amazing product. Not only is it amazing, but the product is the superstar, yes or yes? Yes. So you want to deliver world-class customer experience. What's core value number one? Come on, you guys can do better than that. What's core value number one? Man, you guys are awesome. And once you deliver world-class customer experience, how do you do that? Well, by number two, being a product of the product. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys want to know the easiest way to get a lot of customers? Say aye. Is being a product of the product. Why? Because when you use the product, guess what happens? You become a bigger believer, and when you believe in what you're selling, will more people buy your product, yes or yes? Yes. And that's your greatest testimonial. It's not just your customers' testimonials, but your own personal testimonial. Well, you know what's going to happen? People are going to naturally talk to you about it. And when you see the product work, guess what? Seeing is what? Believing. And it doesn't work just for your customers, it works for you. Now, when you become a product of the product, which is core value number two, what's core value number two? What's core value number one? Man, you guys are awesome. And to build on that, number three, core value number three is you have to be willing to embrace change and be daring. See, change is something that most people are scared of, but change is necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you, by a show of hands, have things in your life that you want to change? Ladies and gentlemen, understand, if you want to change, if you want things in your life to change, you have to change some things in your life. See, change is necessary. See, so many people are scared of change, but ladies and gentlemen, don't be that person that's scared of change, because, you know, there's people that are so scared of change, they're willing to lose their whole entire life. But you got to be the person that hates losing so much that they're willing to change. Now, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, until the fear of staying the same is greater than the fear of change, you'll never change. But not just embrace change, but you got to be daring. Imagine, where would our world be at if nobody took risks? Tell me somebody that never took risk, and I'll show you somebody that never did anything. You got to be daring. You got to go after what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, the things that you want are not going to be handed to you. You got to go out there. You got to get it. Does that make sense? You got to be the type of person that says, you know what? That's mine. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get it. That's your success. It's your birthright. But how do you do it? You got to embrace change and be daring. Not just that, but you got to practice core value number two, which is what? Which is what? And you got to live by core value number one, which is what? But no matter what, as you're going through this, you got to live by core value number four. What's core value number four? As we bring it up, right, is operate with a spirit of gratitude and humility. We have to have the attitude of gratitude. Be happy with the things that we have now while we're in pursuit of the things that we want. Ladies and gentlemen, understand the universe will not give you a second scoop of ice cream if you're not grateful for your first scoop. Does that make sense? You got to be, it's even in the Bible. I'm not here to preach religion, but ladies and gentlemen, understand, it says it in the Bible, he who has will have more and live in abundance. He who has not will have even what he has taken away from him. Do you know what it's referring to? It's referring to gratitude. He who has gratitude will have more and live in abundance. He who has no gratitude will have even what he has taken away from him. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, the things you take for granted will be taken from you. So you got to be grateful for what you have. You got to be humble. Write the 3 H's of this business for your notes. You got to be humble, hungry, and honest. You practice those 3 H's, I promise you, you're going to build a long-term business. But, so, core value number 4 is what?
Operate with the spirit, gratitude, and humility.
It's what?
Operate with the spirit, gratitude, and humility.
And while you're doing that, you got to practice core value number 3, which is what?
Grace, change, and humanity.
And core value number 2?
Be a product of the product.
And core value number 1? And ladies and gentlemen, if you're saying, man, these are great core values, this is what I want my team to do, how do I get my team to live these core values? Well, it's very simple. It's core value number 5. It's also the reason why we're doing these leadership courses. How many of you guys want to attract leaders? Say I. Well, guess what? You got to become the person you want to attract. You got to become the person you want to attract. Ladies and gentlemen, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person that you become. You want a team of motivated people, guess what you got to be? You want a team of people that are committed, guess what you got to be? You want a team of people that are confident, guess what you got to be? Why? Because birds of a feather flock what? I promise you, eagles don't hang out with turkeys. Does that make sense? So you got to become the person you want to attract for your notes. Be the leader you want to follow. And be the representative you want to attract. If you do those 2 things, you're going to get great people. Does that make sense? Now, if you're like, how do I get my team to become better? You got to become better. But you know what's amazing, ladies and gentlemen? By you being here today, you're already doing something that only 3% of Americans will do, that 97% of Americans won't, and that's invest in yourself. Let's give you a round of applause for going out there and investing in yourself. Because what are most people doing on Saturday mornings? Most people on Saturday mornings are sleeping in. They're watching cartoons. They're going home. They're recovering. But what are you doing? You're investing in yourself. Why? Not only so you can become a better leader, but so you can become a better person for your team, your family, and for yourself. Let's give you another round of applause. That's something you got to be grateful for, all right? So, core value number 5 is what?
Become the person you want to attract.
Is what?
Become the person you want to attract.
And core value number 4 is what?
Operate with the spirit, gratitude, and humility.
And core value number 3?
Embrace change and care.
Core value number 2?
Be a product of the product.
Core value number 1? And moving forward to core value number 6. Core value number 6 is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. You got to communicate with love and respect. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. It's easy to communicate with people, we all do, but you know what's harder? Connecting with people. How do you connect with people? You love them. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the world needs now, is love. Sweet love, right? We need to have more love. We got to communicate with love and respect. Treat people how you want to be treated. The golden rule. Love and respect, ladies and gentlemen. Love and respect as a human being for another person. Treat everybody in this group like family, and you're going to learn about that. But core value number 6 is what? Core value number 5 is what? Core value number 4 is what? Core value number 3 is what? Core value number 2 is what? Core value number is what? Man, let's give you guys a round of applause. I'm fired up today. How many of you guys are fired up? Man, say fired up. Fired up. Man, you guys are awesome. Core value number 7 as we move forward on the core values to building your business, building your life, is empower and equip through continual growth and development. Man, wouldn't it be amazing if we had a training course put together to help us grow and empower each other? Well, here's the good news, ladies and gentlemen. We have it. You're here today. Let's give you another round of applause, all right? Fired up today. Empower and equip through continual growth and development. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most powerful philosophies I've ever learned in life, for your notes, is a philosophy called Kaizen. It's a Japanese philosophy, and it stands for never-ending improvement. Imagine living a life of never-ending improvement. Who should you be better than the person you were yesterday? The only person you should be competing with is yourself. Can you imagine if that's what we focus on, that tomorrow we're better than who we were yesterday? Would that be pretty powerful? Yeah. I'm not talking about margins of improvement, even a little bit of improvement every single day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about you're going to see dramatic differences in your life, your relationships, in every asset of your life. And here's what's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. There's things that we all want to become better at, yes or yes? But you know what's amazing? Everything you need to say or do to become successful, someone's already said it, someone's already done it. You just got to go out there, find the material, and find the people that are successful. Do what they do, say what they say, and you're going to have what they have. When I first got started, you know what Mr. Timber told me? Mr. Timber said, Julian, if you knew what I knew, you would feel how I felt. And if you felt how I felt, you would do what I did. And if you did what I did, you would have what I have. So you know what I went out there and did? I went out there and read the same books Mr. Timber did. I went out there and listened to audio CDs he did. Why? Because I wanted to get in the mind of a leader and become a leader so that way I can have what he has. And there's a lot of leaders, there's a lot of people out there that make a lot of money. There's a lot of leaders out there that drive nice cars. But you know what's amazing? Is having all that stuff and having a wonderful family. How many guys want to have a wonderful family? Let's give Mr. Timmer a round of applause for being an amazing leader. So core value number 7 is what? Core value number 6 is what? Core value number 5 is what? Core value number 4 is what? Core value number 3 is what? Core value number 2 is what? Core value number 1 is what? Man, who's fired up right now? Dude, we haven't even started the training yet. Does that make sense? We got to pass out some tissues. I have a feeling some people are going to cry today. You don't even know. You think you know, but you have no idea. Does that make sense? Like, you know, moving on forward, core value number 8, right? Core value number 8 is build a happy team and a loyal family spirit. Core value number 8 is what? Build a loyal family. What does that mean? That means you know that in your team, you have your team's back. That's what it is about being a leader. In fact, you know, my mentor, Mr. Chris Kim, you know, who's in Korea right now, taught me a Korean philosophy, which is pretty cool. And in the Korean philosophy, as an upline, as a leader, right, the Korean term is gap, right? And then as a downline, it's ul. And what does that mean is as a leader, what we are is we are a shield for our people. We are the protector of our people. We are the leaders of our people. Does that make sense? So when it says build a happy team, what does that mean? How do you have a happy team? It's a team that they know that you're going to show them victory no matter what. That you're going to put their needs above your own. Does that make sense? Because why? Because we understand if you help enough people get what they want, you automatically get what? What you want. Right? And you build a family spirit. What does that mean? As a family, are we going to argue? Right? Yes, we're going to argue. Do not think so is naive. Ian and Jay, do you guys argue? Right? They're Asian, so they start fighting. Does that make sense? It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, right? But, you know, family's going to fight. Family's going to argue. But at the end of the day, the family knows they love each other, yes or yes? Yes. Are we going to have our differences? Yes. But are we going to love each other? Yes. Right? And not only that, but what's core value number 7? See, that's why I love this group. You guys saw that? There are people that knew the answer, that waited for everybody else so they could all say it at the same time. That's called building a happy team and family spirit, right? Right, what's core value number 7? Core value number 6? Core value number 3? Ah, you guys are good. What's core value number 2? Core value number 1? Man, fired up. Give you guys another round of applause. Man, you guys are awesome. Man, you guys are sharp today. Man, you guys were quick. Like, man, you know, man, amazing, right? Going to core value number 9. Core value number 9, right? On top of building a happy team and family spirit, core value number 9 is keep it simple, positive, and fun. Right? The KISS principle, keep it super simple. Here's what's amazing about our company, ladies and gentlemen, because the products are so good. And it's so easy for us to deliver a world-class customer experience. And the product is so good, it's so simple that anybody can do it, yes or yes? Yes. And that's what you want to do. You want to always keep it simple, positive, and fun. And how do you do that? Right, do what's duplicatable. You know what I love? I love spa parties. Spa parties, spa parties, spa parties. Everybody say spa parties. Spa parties. I mean, me and all the silver executives and higher, with the help of Miss Eva Brown, you know, we did a spa party at 1 in the morning just to make sure that we can deliver a world-class customer experience and we can keep it simple and fun and be a product of the product. It was the most fun thing in the world. Can we give a round of applause to all the silvers that were there? Why were they there? Because they're committed to making sure that they're going to be able to show you results. Is that pretty cool? You know what most people are doing at 1 o'clock in the morning? sleeping, going out, partying, having fun. They're not working to get better for their people. Let's give your leaders another round of applause. Man. Right? So core value number 8 is what? Let's try that one more time, right? We're going to edit that out of the video, right? What's core value number 8? Core value number 7? Core value number 6? Core value number 5? Core value number 4? Core value number 3? Core value number 2? Core value number 1? And although all the core values, like the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, stand on their own, core value number 10 is actually my favorite. And in fact, you guys are very lucky today. Because core value number 10 is actually something that we're going to be training today. And core value number 10, I believe, is one of the strongest core values. And it's very, very simple. Core value number 10 is, bringing it up, create an environment of victory and celebration. Of victory and celebration. See, there's people out there that say it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. How many of you guys have heard that before? Do you know who says that? Losers. Not winners. Not winners. Now, a create an environment of victory doesn't mean we're not going to fail. See, here's the difference. Losers quit when they fail. Winners fail until they succeed. And victory is the most important one. You know, in fact, it was so powerful that Winston Churchill had one of the most powerful quotes about it. He goes, what is our aim? In one word, it's victory. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory no matter how long or how hard the road may be, because without victory, there is no survival. So true. And ladies and gentlemen, understand without victory, there is no survival. If we don't go out there playing to win, guess what? We're not going to win. Does that make sense? How many of you guys are committed to helping Seacret become a multi-billion-dollar company? Say aye. Aye. And not only do we got to believe that, but we got to fight until that happens. Does that make sense? Yes. Man, I'm fired up. Anybody else fired up? Yes. I'm not getting too crazy for you guys, right? No. Moving on forward, right? Now that we understand the core values, ladies and gentlemen, there's something very important that we got to talk about. And that's the Leadership Summit that's happening this weekend. This coming week, ladies and gentlemen, 3 months ago, we were promoting it like crazy, and it's happening this week. Now, how many of you are committed to creating an environment of victory and celebration? Say aye. Aye. Then you got to make sure that, I know obviously by you being in here, you've already qualified, but you got to make sure everybody in your team goes to this national event. Yep. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, talk about like the crazy stuff and get kind of like, you know, all super serious with you. But, you know, there is something that I got to tell you, because as leaders, we can't just tell you all the good things. We got to tell you the cautionary tales as well. True or not true? True. And ladies and gentlemen, for your notes, I've seen people go to nationals and not make it. But I have never seen someone not go to nationals and make it. Here's what's amazing. When you get started, whether it's at a one-on-one, whether it's at a spa party or a VIP event, every major event you go to that's bigger, your vision gets bigger, yes or yes? Yes. Your belief gets bigger, yes or yes? Yes. I mean, you work all out there, you work hard to become a star builder, a superstar, and sometimes you have those questions, can I do it? Then you go to Seacret University and you see a parade of people get promoted, all of a sudden you believe you can do it, yes or yes? Yes. Now, how many of you in the room are running to get promoted to position of silver? Say aye. Aye. For those of you guys that are already silver running position of gold, say aye. Aye. Imagine what it does to your belief in seeing a room of 300 people, you see a room of 3,000 people. And you see a parade of silvers and golds get promoted like we promote stars and star builders where your belief get raised. Yes. Do we have people that need to see that, yes or yes? Yes. And I'm telling you, you got to make sure everybody gets registered, ladies and gentlemen. Because I promise you, and this is the tough part, the people you don't register, they're not going to make it. And you're going to learn that today. That's why I'm not going to go into detail, because it's called the law of victory. And you're going to understand that in order to bring victory to your team, you got to make sure everybody goes to the nationals. Yes. And here's the scary part. No matter how many people you bring to the nationals, you know what you're going to say to yourself? You're going to say to yourself, man, if I knew it was going to be that good, I would have more people there. That's how crazy it is. Because the people that go to nationals, they're going to come out of there 6 months ahead of people that do not go to nationals. Why? Because when you go to a regional, you see the top leaders of the region, but imagine when you go to nationals, you're going to see the top leaders and learn from the top leaders in the whole entire company. Leaders like Mr. John and Tiffany Malott, #1 money earners in the company. Emerald executive Mr. Casey and Elena Call. You're going to learn from the best of the best. How many of you guys want to learn from the best of the best? Say aye. Aye. And more importantly, not only are we going to bring victory, but it's going to be a moment of giant celebration. And that in itself is worth coming to. Why? Because you get to experience and feel the love of the company. And you're going to know that this is a home that you can plant a flag to, that this is a home that you can go to war with, that you can bring your family to, that you can bring your kids to, and everything, and on and on and on and on. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to start this training?
Yes.
I don't think you're ready. Are you ready to start this training?
Yes.
Are you fired up? Yes. Are you fired up?